Good morning, everyone. Time to do another hike. Today we're in northern New Hampshire in the White Mountains, and we will do the Mount Lafayette and Franconia Ridge Trail Loop. Trailhead marker though says welcome to the Bridle Path Falling Waters Trailhead. So there's many trails here, I guess. But what we're going to do today is about an 8.5 mile loop. A lot of climbing, a lot of steep climbing. About 3,800 feet, maybe a little more, 3,800 feet of climbing. Should be a nice challenging loop trail. And let's see, what time is it? It's start time on the hike is 6:06 a.m. Nice early start. Weather right now is fine. It's about 65 degrees. It's been raining for the last 3 days, so haven't done any hiking. But the weather miscasters are saying that shouldn't be any rain this morning, not until about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Hopefully that's correct. And this is where we're going to start. We're going to go up this way. But there's something over here I wanted to show you first before we get started. Something you don't see every day. And this would come in handy since there's no internet service out here, no phone service. Here's a payphone. If you need to call someone, be handy to have. Just make sure you have some change on you. All right, let's get started. Okay, we've gotten to the first split in the trail. This is where the loop, you can choose either to go clockwise, counterclockwise. We're going to go counterclockwise. Beautiful little stream here. I mentioned earlier that it's been raining for the last 3 days, so I know the trail is going to be wet. There's going to be muddy sections like this right here. Not a big deal. And another thing is, I had mentioned that this trail was very steep in places, and for that reason I left Star back in the van, and for 2 reasons actually. First reason is Star still has a habit of pulling on her leash, and me hiking on a very steep section coming downhill and her pulling. It's not a good combination. It's not safe for me. So that's one reason why I didn't bring her. The other reason is I read some reviews on this trail, and there's some rock scrambling, and people had mentioned they'd brought their dogs and their dogs had difficulty some of those rock scrambles. So that's the second reason I left Star back in the van. Unfortunately, she would have loved this hike, but got to think of safety first. Okay, so far so good here. Sometimes you just don't know which way to go is the best. Made it. I know you won't be able to tell from the video, but this was a nice steep section. Climbing over these rocks that you see here. Had to have been at least a quarter mile, if not more. Straight up and over those rocks. Good workout. I'm enjoying it. I got more hiking to do though. I'm going to carry on. Well, after 2.8 miles of hiking and what I do, about 2,244 feet of climbing, I've made it to the alpine zone. And this sign is telling me that the plants in the alpine zone take decades to grow, and under your footsteps die in a day. So stay on the trail. Keep your dogs on a leash. Well, my dog's in the van, so I don't have to worry about that. But there's a trail split here, and 0.7 miles that way, I believe, is the top of a peak. Nice view. So I'm going to head that way, and then after I hike back up that, we're going to continue on this way. All right. Hopefully there's a nice view going this way, and I'll show you when I get there. It's just been steady uphill over these rocks the whole way. And I don't see an end in sight. So there's lots more to do. But I'm just taking my time. This is by far the slowest paced hike I've ever done. Last time I looked, I was averaging like 1.1 mile an hour. Just taking my time, being careful. Last thing I want is get hurt out here. These rocks are slippery. They're wet and they're slippery. You gotta be extra careful. All right. I'm going up there. Well, after 3.3 miles of hiking and 2,800 feet of almost all the way, climbing all the way up, steep, I'm talking steep up, this is the view. We're in the clouds. I can imagine if we weren't all socked in with these clouds, it'd be a gorgeous view. But that's not happening today. So I'm not going to stay here long. Obviously, there's no point. I'm going to keep moving. I still got a long way to go. Got a little bit of a break here. It's been flat for a while. Give my legs a little bit of a break. I think there's still some more climbing to do. I checked the GPS. It said we were at like 4,744 feet. In the clouds. Nothing but clouds as far as the eye can see or can't see. Oh well. Still a great hike. Talk to you later. I don't know if you can see it through the fog. There's another peak. So this is our next climb. Make it to the top of this peak. Fortunately, again, There will be no view up there because of the clouds. But we're going to do it anyway. Looks like another peak to climb here. All right. Not sure if this is the last one or not, but we're going to do it. Still nothing but fog here. Done over 3,200 feet of climbing, and we're just a little over 5,000 feet in elevation here. Got a little more than 4 miles in. I think there's still a little bit more climbing to do. We'll get through it. It's just a shame you can't see any of the views. I bet you they'd be spectacular if you could see them. But I'm just being careful and going real slow here. Well, getting some light rain or a heavy mist, however you want to call it. I haven't put my raincoat on yet. I'm hoping it'll just blow over real fast. Trying to make some time on these flatter sections. We got a little more climbing to do. 500 or 600 feet would be my guess. But we're getting there. It's definitely the slowest. I've said this before, I think. Definitely the slowest hike I've ever done. I'm just taking my time, watching my step, being safe. I want to make it down in one piece. All right. Well, I've been making my way slowly downhill, and the clouds, well, the rain stopped too. It wasn't very heavy, but it was like a heavy mist, drizzle. But the clouds have lifted some. You can get a little bit of a view now. There's a ski area there. Somebody's beautiful house right there. Or is it the ski lodge? I don't know. Probably a house. And some beautiful mountains. Anyway, I've been climbing down these rocks. It's actually easier climbing up the rocks than going down. I take my time going down. Last thing I want to do is slip and fall. Okay, I'm going to keep going down. Well, I'm a lot closer to that house I saw before. We get a little bit of views. It's beautiful. I must admit though, I am tired. I think I still got close to 3 miles to do. So I'm taking my time. I'll get there. All right, I'm going to keep heading down. Well, I'm still making my way downhill. I stopped earlier, if you remember. I photographed what I thought was a house. Turns out it's a hut where hikers can spend the night. You get breakfast and dinner. I think it's like $179 a night. And there's a restroom there. And no Wi-Fi, no internet. But they had water. I filled up on water. And my phone died. And I just bought an external battery to charge the phone. It's brand new. It's fully charged. But my phone will not receive the charge. I tried it in the van the other day. Worked fine. Now it's not working. So my phone is dead. I think I still have about 2 more miles to go. If you can see the road down there, that's where I have to go elevation wise. So I still got a ways to go downhill. And I'm taking my time. This is taking way longer than I expected. But I want to get home safely. All right, I'm going to keep going on. Hello. Well, it's been a couple days since I finished that hike, and After that last scene I filmed on the trail, I didn't film anything else. I was getting tired. I just wanted to get back to the van, and the rain had started to pick up. It was coming down pretty hard by the time the last couple of miles, and I was completely soaked by the time I saw the van in the parking lot. All I wanted to do was get back into the van. Well, actually I had to walk Star first before I went inside. But after I walked Star, I just wanted to get inside the van, change out of those wet clothes, get into some dry clothes, and have something to eat and sit down and relax. That was by far the hardest hike I have done yet. The hike was about 8.6 miles, 3,860 some odd feet of elevation gain. Most of that was at the beginning, the first 3 miles or so, straight up. And you saw the rocks that I recorded as I was going up. So it was very slow going for me. Apparently the average time to do that trail is 8 hours. Me, it took 11 hours. I was taking my time. Plus I stopped and, I took some pictures and filmed some things along the way, and I also stopped at the Greenleaf Hut. I should have done some recording at the hut, but I didn't. I was more concerned about trying to get my phone. The battery had died. And I just bought a new external battery, but I couldn't get the phone to charge off of it. I don't know why. I don't know if the connection got wet because it was raining, but it wouldn't work. So I was trying real hard when I was at the hut to try to get the phone charged. And there was this real nice woman there. I'm sorry, I didn't get her name. I should have gotten her name. But she was so nice trying to help me, and she even let me use one of her cords, and she even let me try to charge off of her battery, but it just, my phone wouldn't take a charge. So I gave up on it, and I got pointed in the right direction. I just wanted to make sure I could get back to my van. But I got pointed in the right direction down the Greenleaf Trail, and like I said, I made it down eventually. But what a hike. And I was kind of disappointed because you saw when we got up to the top, completely surrounded in the clouds. I couldn't see any views. I got a couple of views on the way down, but it would have been nice to see them up at the very top. Maybe I'll do that again some other time. Maybe I won't. Who knows? But that's a challenging hike. Definitely not something for beginners. But I would highly recommend it if you have some experience hiking and you're in good hiking shape. It's a must-do. Matter of fact, I saw just the other day where that was on the National Geographic list of 20 best hikes in the world, which I wasn't aware of, but that's pretty impressive. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you saw what I did film. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of this. We're going to do more hiking videos, and also varied places we stop and tour on the way across the country. So until the next time, keep smiling. All shall be well. Be grateful for everything you have. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.